Let's go to Oakhurst, New Jersey now, where Izzy joins us. Izzy, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hey, Ken, it's surreal talking to you. How are you doing?
Well, that's very nice. I appreciate that, but I'm excited to talk to you. In fact, Izzy, you're the first Izzy I've ever talked to in my life, so it is equally surreal for me.
That's good. That's good. That calms me a little.
Good. Hey,
so let me give
Izzy.
you an overview.
Okay.
I'm 37, married with 2 kids. I worked for the federal government for the past 12 years. It is not my passion at all. It's the opposite of my passion. Even though I'm grateful for the job,
Right.
it's not something I'm excited to do.
Sure.
But the good news is I know my passion.
Oh, which is?
My passion is to help young people, whether they just graduated high school or college, help young people learn the skills that they didn't learn through regular education.
Like what?
Such as learning their strengths, risk-taking, stuff that's not taught in school, financial responsibility and critical thinking skills, such as, in my opinion at least, the traditional educational model through college does not teach these skills.
Right.
And I became a certified coach, and I find myself stuck in terms of how to move forward. I'm not even sure who do I get close to. And so, every once in a while, I get motivated. I work on things. I take risks, and then my motivation just dies and it stops, and I restart the engine again. And I'm just at a place where it's like, I don't want to settle for what I'm settling for, even though I'm grateful. I have a lot of gratitude for where I am in life.
Yep.
But I don't want to settle.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to move forward. And it's like, help me.
Yes, sir. I'm so glad you called. Okay, so Izzy, it's very simple. What we have to identify is what is holding you back. Okay? Right now, you are tied to something. Something is holding you back. And so let's break down motivation for just a second. Izzy, tell me and everybody else watching and listening what the root word of motivation is.
The thing that comes to mind is enthusiasm. I don't know if that's...
No, the root word of motivation is motive, correct?
Motive, right.
Motive, right? In other words, what's your why? So when we watch a legal movie or courtroom drama movie, right, the lawyers are trying to prove or disprove what? Motive. Why did the person do the thing? You understand?
Yes.
All right. You told me that you'll get a little bit of headwind and you'll get going and then you lose motivation. And so the reason you are losing motivation is because you are getting your eyes distracted. Your eyes are leaving your why. Your eye is not on your why. Am I still making sense?
You're making great sense.
All right. So what we have to figure out is what is your eye or what are your eyes being distracted by? So what is it? What?
I'm being honest. I'm in the self-development world. I constantly am looking to improve myself. I'm evolving. And I have noticed that I do get off track in terms of, let's say, I fall into, let's say, the ego gets in the way type of thing, where I want to be something significant or something like that. And I get away from what I'm really trying, my real purpose. So that was the past in terms, I'm very aware of that now, where I got off focus because I was focused on, let's say I wanted to be a Tony Robbins type of thing instead of the real purpose, which was to help people. My why, when I was younger, I graduated school. I didn't have identity. I didn't know where I was going in life, and I turned it around, and I want to do that for others.
Feels like you want to be a part of the Ken Coleman Army, sounds like to me, if I may be so bold. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Possibly, something like that.
That's what I'm getting at. I don't mean specifically. I just mean you and I have a lot of alignment here, right?
Yes.
As to our why. So here's the thing. I appreciate you being vulnerable on this, and I think you're absolutely right. That's held you in the past, but I also think it's coming down to fear, doubt, and pride. I think pride is what we saw from the past. That description you just gave us, that's your pride. Right? You're kind of going, well, I want to be bigger. And so pride's holding me back because I want to launch big. I want to be big. But here's what happens. We start focusing on big, 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 and it starts to get into fear and doubt. What are people going to think if I say this? Are they going to think I'm delusional with this big dream I've got? Doubt. I don't know that I actually can pull this off. I don't even know if I can make a good living and support my family doing this. Does this all sound about right?
Yes, for the most part, yeah.
Okay. Well, you could fill in the blanks. I'm just trying to get you to a place of awareness. Fear, doubt, and pride are the enemies. Those are the buckets. You can come up with specific examples that always tie to fear, doubt, and pride. I'm trying to give you a mechanism for you to see what's going on. You know exactly what you're supposed to do and why. What I don't think you do know just yet is how I get there or where there is. How many theres are there to where I can do this? Am I a guidance counselor in public high school? I'm making all these things up. Izzy, it's for you to explore. Am I a career counselor on the collegiate level? Do I create my own coaching firm, which you've kind of dabbled in, at least you've thought about it. So what you have to figure out is, where are all the places I can do the thing I know I'm supposed to do? And then which of the ones do I get most jacked about? There's no wrong answer. And then you go, okay, once I figure out the one that I love the most, and just using those three examples to continue teaching for a moment, if those are your three, and I said, Izzy, which one gets you the most excited when you sit there and dream and think about it? You go, well, it's my own coaching company. Great. Well, that's an entrepreneurial deal. You're going to have to start that from scratch, and you're going to have to build that one customer at a time, which means you will need a day job unless you have the financial wherewithal to just walk away and fund your way through it, which I don't think that's you. So you go, okay, I got to have a day job like Ken Coleman did, selling sponsorships to live events and doing consulting for other small business owners and content providers while he starts his radio career and he builds all this up, and it's going to take time. So once you get clear, then we go, how do I get there? How do I build it? And that leads to stage 2, get qualified. Stage 3, get connected. Stage 4, get started. You need to get off the couch and do this thing. But don't try to start it big. Start it small. Grow it slow. That's where you are.
Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Okay, so I've attempted to start my own coaching company, and I found myself getting, like, I was following what people were telling me what to do, like the people that coaches or coach people that want to start their own consulting thing,
sure,
firm or whatever. And I found myself going through, like, going in circles. It was very frustrating. Like I started my own podcast. I started doing Facebook Lives. I didn't feel authentic doing those, and I didn't enjoy it.
Okay,
either.
stop.
And I feel
Stop. So the fact that you didn't feel authentic, we need to figure out if that's real. Is that you going, you know what? If I look at Ken's sweet spot analogy, talent, using what I do best as a tool to do work that I really love, to produce results that matter to me, I would say that the podcast and the Facebook Live, that was on mission because it's about the results. You want to coach people. But I'm wondering if you had the imposter and doubt stuff going on, or you actually engaged in it and you go, it doesn't give me juice. What is it?
It doesn't give me juice. Okay. I get juice more in person than I do through.
So there's an indicator. So you don't want to be performing. You want to be coaching. You're coaching one-on-one, not to the masses, not on a platform. You just don't love that. So therein lies an answer. You weren't going in circles. You tried some things. And I love the fact that you tried some things. But you shouldn't have just quit on the whole thing just because you tried online stuff because everybody said you need an online presence. Well, not necessarily. So you got to know that you saying I attempted to start is just garbage thinking. It's stinking thinking, as Ted Lasso would say. Because you didn't attempt to start, you started, but then you stopped. So when we start, we start. And now I'm going to work on building up my coaching. And I know I'm going to do it word of mouth. And I know that I'm not going to do a bunch of online public stuff. I might advertise online. I might do Instagram posts that are content driven, but it's not going to be me on a mic or me on a camera because that drains me. Am I right?
Correct.
All right, Izzy, correct. That's the deal. You just needed a kick in the pants, and I'm kicking you in the pants because I believe in you. I love what you said earlier in this call, and I want to remind you before I let you go. You said, I always known what I wanted to do. And I've allowed myself to get distracted trying to be a version of that is too reminiscent of somebody else. We don't need another Tony Robbins. We need more Izzy.
I agree.
All right, then.
Yes.
Then be Izzy.
Thank you.
All right, bro.
Thanks.
You got this.